everyone. I'm Selena Hill, and this is the new norm on Black Enterprise. Today, I'm speaking with multi-platinum rap legend, actor, and entrepreneur, Ja Rule. What's up, Ja? How are you?
Hey, what's good? How you doing, Selena? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so well. Before we have to talk about this NFT business that you're doing, you're in the space, you're
Yeah.
dominating. But before we get to that, can we just talk about the elephant in the room?
Okay.
That Drink Champs interview?
Oh God. Yeah. Oh God.
But my question, were you expecting such a strong public reaction? Like, were you expecting everyone to go crazy?
I don't. I. I'm first of all, my name is Switzerland Bennett. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to know that is my name, and it's hard to be in that position because that's my brother, that's my sister, and I'm like the other brother. So you got to understand, the siblings are fighting. My two siblings are fighting. And so for me, it's like it's been going on for so long. I'm kind of like sitting back watching the show go, but I wish it would stop, But it's at this point, it's old. It needs to just be left where it was, and everybody needs to just get along and be friendly and be cordial. Like I said in the interview, where we don't got to be friends, but at least be cordial. So when it comes time for us to do Murder Inc. documentaries or these things that are coming up to celebrate our legacy in the industry, we can do those things and be cordial and celebrate, what we've done in this industry. So that's all I want, but sometimes things get messy, and I'm sorry, and I hate that I had to be sitting there to witness it in the way I did. But you know, Gotti is a grown man. Ashanti's a grown woman. I can't stop him from saying what he wants. I can tell him to chill, and that's not cool, and
Tone
all
it
of
down
that.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
but he's grown, and I can't stop him from telling whatever he feels is his side of the story. Just like if Sis was sitting next to me and she was saying some things about him, I would tell her to chill, but I couldn't stop her from telling her side of the story either. They're both grown. So with that being said, Switzerland is here,
I
out of it.
got you. Will we ever see a reunion? Will we ever see the family put back together one day? Are you
I I
hopeful for that?
I hope so. I don't know after all of this mess, but
Maybe.
whatever. Yeah, I love my family. I love them all. You know what I mean? We've had some great, amazing times together. Sometimes things are not always what you wish they could be, and that's life. So I'm doing what I'm doing over here with my NFT stuff, my new
Yes.
company, my venture, Icon
Yes.
Media. So
You
that's
got
that's
to.
that's what I'm doing.
You doing a
Switzerland's over here.
right. So let's talk about what Switzerland is doing. You have this NFT business. You co-founded it with your longtime friend and business partner, Herb Rice. It's
Yeah.
called the Painted House. You got to tell us about it.
Um, you know, Amazing project. We're partners. With an amazing team over at the House of First, and they were, gracious enough to lend us their umbrella to get under, so that we can create this really dope collective, and our whole you know being, is to help artists of color and people of color, learn more about the space, get into the space, of NFTs and blockchain and the blockchain, learn about the blockchain and cryptocurrencies and all of those things, So it's really a amazing platform to educate new artists, new entrepreneurs on what the space is about, how to get into the space, how to create these NFT projects and get them out there to the world. So we're kind of like that, that middle ground that kind of helps artists, you know, learn more and get into the NFT world. So that's what
Now,
that's what Penthouse is about.
when did you first get into the world? Like, when did you first start hearing about NFTs? And when were you like, this is something I need to invest in?
Probably it was about a year ago. I got in a little more than a year now. And I started because I'm a collector of trading cards. I got a lot of basketball cards, baseball cards, football cards, those types of things. So um, I stumbled upon this digital trading card type of thing called NBA Top Shot. But what it is, it's more like moments. So you get your favorite NBA players and their favorite moments. So like Iverson crossing up Jordan, or if you think of like your favorite basketball memory that you can remember, they put these into these moments that now you can own.
And we're back. Did you get a phone call? That's what I figured.
Yeah, that was Ashanti actually
Oh,
on the line.
so y'all were still good on good terms.
That's my sister. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what people don't realize, man. Y'all don't get this dynamic of all of this. She knows that man very well. You know what I'm saying? Stay business. You know what I'm saying? Let me be out of it. Do you understand?
Right. So you stayed out of, I know because y'all are always performing together. Your chemistry is
Yeah,
still great on stage. But
yeah.
I think it was like Fat Joe who was just like I think he came at you too. And I was just like, hold up. That's why I'm happy you clarified what's going on behind the scenes. Like y'all are still good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's my sister. Gotti's my brother. And it's just like I'm trying to paint the picture. Siblings, like I'm the other sibling. You know what I'm saying? And they're fighting. So just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? In a thousand percent. I have kids, 3 kids here. You know what I'm saying? And if two of them are fighting, one of them is in the back laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm the one in the back laughing. You understand? Like, yo, stop, y'all, stop, stop, stop. But I let it go a little bit before I stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm the other brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people don't understand in the dynamic. She knows exactly how he is, and how he likes to his how he can get, and he knows that about her, and they know each other. So it's not like I didn't introduce them. You know what I mean? So they have their own dynamic, they have their own relationship, and I would just like to stay out of all of it. That's all.
Got you. One
Yeah,
thing you are into is the NFT space. That's what we were talking about
yeah.
with the Painted House. You guys actually launched your own NFT collection, Black is Beautiful, which is so
Black is beautiful.
beautiful. Like that digital art, it's like
Don't
jewels.
you love it?
I
Don't you
love
love
it.
it?
It looks so
Yeah,
good. Well, let me
yeah,
let you tell us about it.
yeah. No, I want you to tell because that for me is the home run. Like I know what it did for me and what it did for her when we first saw Nick Davis's art. It was like, oh wow, this is different. It just jumps out at you. It speaks to you in different ways because it's our culture. This is our black pain. This is our joy. This is our our love. Our it's just everything. Our excellence is in those. Everything is in it. Everything you could think of is in those you know drawings. So I was really amazed when I seen the art, and so congratulations to Nick Davis. I can't say that enough. Nick Davis's art deserves to be in, museums and colleges and HBCUs and their art galleries and rooms and because his art really tells a story when you look at, the the, the whole texture and the message and everything. It's just, it's different.
It's deep. It's really it
Yes.
tells a deep story. You see the love, you see the pain, you see black expression. And I think for me,
Yep.
mostly I see black beauty in all its forms. And like the fact that he's creating this in a digital sense, it's just I think that part was really mind blowing. So it gives everyone, the opportunity to own it. And HBCUs, you guys are actually giving back to 5 HBCUs. I read that 10%
Absolutely.
of the proceeds are going to like Spelman, Morehouse, Jackson State, and 2 other HBCUs. Like that's so dope.
Yeah.
Like how did y'all
Yeah.
even come, like want to? Why
Hampton
did you
and
do that?
Hampton and Morgan. Don't
And
leave them
Hampton and
out. You
Morgan.
know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
there you go.
Yeah.
I
Don't leave
forgot
them
the
out.
last two, and I
Yeah.
apologize about that. But
Yeah.
yeah. So how is it? Why is this project so special to you? 'Cause, 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 'cause,
give back, pay it forward, if you would, to some of these, historically black colleges. That's very important to me. My daughter graduated from Hampton. Herb's wife, graduated from Morgan. Our partner and confidant and with Black is beautiful, and with the painted house, Tanya Smith. She graduated from Spelman, and her husband from Morehouse, and so my relationship with Dion, with Coach Prime over there at Jackson, so that was a natural, thing for me to want to reach out to him and give to his program as well. So, this is just special to be able to do something like this, you know, for our people, for our community, because I believe education is the foundation of the black community. This is what we need first. We need finances. We need a whole lot of shit. But I feel, education is where it starts and where it ends. It's kind of the end all be all. If you're not smart enough to know what to do with the money, we all know how
They,
that ends.
I actually, speaking of what to do with the money, I saw one of your interviews and you said like, when you first got your first millions in your
Yeah.
20s, you were kind of like blowing it a
Hell
little
yeah.
bit. Like,
Hell yeah.
what did you learn? What did that teach you about just money and finance?
I had to learn the good hard lesson, but I don't blame anybody. I blame myself. But when you look at the cycle of the black community, I didn't have anybody to teach me about finances. I didn't have anybody that was rich, in my family before me. I didn't even have a father figure really. My grandfather, he was there, but everybody worked these mediocre jobs, and you know, their visions of success, it's like fairy tale to them. Being rich and famous is like fairy tale to people, and so there was no manual on how to do this for me. And usually, when you come from uh, better beginnings, not so humble beginnings as most black people do. When you come from a better background, a more structured foundation, I'm not gonna, make this a race thing. Just I'm gonna make this what that is. If
Hmm.
you come from that type of a structure of a better foundation, you know, those things are allotted to you, not just through your parent and your parenting, you know what I mean, but also through the school systems that you go to. And I got a chance to see that firsthand. The way I grew up and the things that I learned and the things that I knew when I first made my $1 million versus the things that my kids grew up and got to learn in the schools that they went to, and the neighborhoods that I afforded myself and them to be able to live. That's important. Breaking that cycle, these things are important. And I see how important education was. Just that small thing, just to give them, that little bit of a head start, if you will, in life, to have the knowledge to go forward, to get past, to get through, to figure out difficult uh, obstacles, and that, where some people may shut down, they have the tools to maneuver around, and get through.
Right.
That's what education does. You,
Yep.
you understand? You
Yeah.
don't, you don't, you don't, it's like the turtle effect. It's like the shell effect. You know, when people don't understand something or they don't know something, their first defense is, to shell up or to be aggressive. So
Right.
it's one of the two things, So, you know, I think, just my opinion, and I could be right, I could be wrong, but I feel as though education is the key to,
Oh yeah.
you know, success in the black community. And we have to preach that, and we have to make, learning and getting a good education cool and sexy and
Yes.
fly. Ain't nothing,
Right.
and sometimes that gets looked down upon in the hood when you go to college, or you get teased. Sometimes you smart, and that's just, it just shouldn't be. It's just the craziest thing ever. Like, since when did not being smart, you know, become not cool, or so. And there's a lot of rappers that I think should promote it more. That actually went to school, went to college, and that you would never even know. They don't promote it, they don't sing about it in their records. They don't, So I just think that that's the key. One
Right.
of the keys to our success.
Oh yeah, and with your children, like you said, your daughter went to Hampton. We know your
Yeah.
son; he's in the music business.
Yeah,
Um,
but he also went to Full Sail. He went to
oh, he
Full
did. Okay,
Sail College, and my youngest son right now, Jordan, he's in SCAD.
got you.
So
Okay,
yeah, so it's like
education
that for
first.
me. It's important. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
important.
it is.
Because I need them. I need them to help teach Dad a few things, and they all kind of went into the fields that I'm in, which is really, really cool, but just in different portions of my life, I guess. Like, my daughter, she's in film and television. She went to Hampton for drama, and she's a screenwriter and an actress, which is
That's
cool. And she's
dope.
creating a lot of dope, series and film projects right now that we about to start creating. She's also written an episode on Irv's Tales season
Oh,
3
okay.
this season. She actually
Wow,
wrote my episode. She wrote Put It On Me, so that's cool. So y'all can check that
wow.
out on BET. And I'm acting. I'm actually starring in an episode. So that was cool to be able to work with my daughter in that capacity. And then my son, he does music, but he also,
Right.
he went to Full Sail for engineering and production.
Really?
So yeah, so he
Okay.
so he knows how to actually do other things other than just create music. He knows how to, do the boards and engineer, and
Yeah.
he plays instruments, so that's that. And my younger son, he's going, to create video games and tech and stuff like that. So he's on that side of it, which is
I love
what
it.
I'm doing now, which is really amazing that they
It
all
is.
kind of took a piece of what I love
Right.
and and
Right.
and
And made
and
it their
yeah,
own. And make their
yeah,
own.
which is cool. Yeah,
Speaking of what you love, we're all watching the Murder Inc. documentary, which is so good.
yeah,
Like, just to see it took him back all the way to the 80s, to the 90s. And like in episode one, where you were in the studio with Jay-Z and DMX, right? All you guys'
yeah.
careers were rising, like top three. Seeing that double XL cover for me, I think was just like so nostalgic. And also just reminded us like how the chokehold y'all had on the rap game. Do you remember being in the studio with them? Like, was there ever like a friendly competition? Did you feed off each other, like guys' energy? Like, were y'all all racing to the top?
So here's I'm about to make everybody go say, huh? We never recorded any of our records together in the studio. Not
Wow,
the ones that we did together, like Murdergram and this murder. We did those separately. There was a time when you couldn't get J and X in the same studio, or you couldn't get them in the same place at the same time. They weren't friendly. They had that legendary battle. That relationship had to mend over time, and it did. It did. Like as you see, we all went out on tour and hard knock life tour. And I was, for me, honestly, I was a young Ja Rule.
mm-hmm.
I wasn't Ja Rule yet, when
Right,
Hard Knock Life Tour, took off. Even though when you seen that cover, I had just I think on the cover actually it had the release date of my first album. Like so
crazy,
it was like, I
crazy,
hadn't yeah, I hadn't had my chance to shine yet. And so, I was just amazed to be a part of that,
yeah,
but I knew I belonged, in that class, in that school of MC, and, with those guys, but I was still, baby bro on
yeah.
that side, Yeah.
What advice would you give your son or other up and coming artists today about that moment? Because there's nothing like that phase where you're shooting up right before you peak, you're still hungry, and then you peak. What would you tell them about capitalizing on that, on your moment, and like riding it out as far as long as you can?
You First of all, it's that old saying, preparation meets opportunity. That's when success happens. So you got to be prepared for the opportunity. Seize the moment. You see in the doc, God, he talks about the first time he met me and the first time he met X, and Jay, and that electricity we had, and the energy we had. That was seizing the moment. That was artists that weren't scared of the moment, or no light is too bright for certain people, if that makes sense. It doesn't matter who's in the room, with me. I want to showcase my talent. I want to show you how nice I am. I want to show you that I'm great too. So that comes with confidence, you know. Um, so some of those traits are natural. Those things you just have to have, you know. But creating great music is also something that you have to have. You
Oh
have
yeah.
to be able to make uh, great, great, great music that people gravitate towards. And
Would
that's
you say that you're the pioneer of the R&B era of hip hop, like just incorporating the singing on the tracks and making songs that like I fell in love with and all my friends, like you had both aspects of yourself. We had hardcore job, but then we had mesmerize, always on time, put it on me.
yeah,
Those records that come on the club and we going crazy. Like, would you say
yeah.
that you are sort of like the pioneer of that? I mean, we see like Drake and other folks doing that. Does it all root back to some of the stuff you were doing?
I mean, I would like to hope that I had some type of inspiration on some of the things and sounds that you hear today. When I really dove into doing those type of records, you know, it wasn't cool to do it. I made it my thing, and I love doing it. I love making music,
Mm,
hip hop music, and I'm also a songwriter. So you got to understand, I was writing songs for Mary J. Blige and Jennifer Lopez and stuff like that, and so for me, it was different. I was able to incorporate myself into these songs, which made these songs become duets in their
okay,
own right. So when you have the opportunity to do that, it's a little bit different than a R&B artist saying, "Hey, I have this great song, come put 16 bars on it," or a
right,
rapper saying, "Hey, I have this dope record, come sing on my hook."
right,
I'm creating the whole vibe, and so now I get to say, "Oh, hey, well, let me say this part here on the hook with her." And let me put my verse here, and let me put my thing here while I'm writing her parts too. And so it sounds the way it's supposed to sound. It's very cohesive. It's very melodic
yeah,
flow. It has the chemistry because I had the opportunity to pen the whole thing, and that is what gave it that different energy, I believe. And a lot of those records that you hear that I do with the ladies on they were done just that way. You know what I
mm,
mean? And so that I think I don't know if I did it on purpose or not. I think I was just at the time trying to, get a little extra airtime on the record. Yeah, let me get on the hook too. You know what I mean? Let me be on the verse. Let me be in your verse. Let you be in my verse. Like let's do the back and forth thing, and it just worked differently. And I think that was I think that I was the artist that really, really capitalized on creating the duet between a R&B artist and a hip hop artist. Before, like I said, it was an artist does his 16 on a song, or the
right.
R&B artist sings the hook, but never so it was intertwined where it felt like their record together.
Right. One thing that I think we've loved watching is just the evolution of Ja Rule. Like you made history, you made classics, and then we've seen you go on. We talked about the NFT space, Icon Media. You have your own media company. You evolved as
Yeah,
a father. We've seen you acting. We've seen you on reality TV.
yeah.
What would you say is next? Because it doesn't look like you're slowing down anytime soon.
No, actually, with my new Icon platform, people you can actually get it in the Apple App Store right now. Icon with two N's, live. But I'm starting to create original content for Icon. Icon Originals, so you can get my Vibes concert series that I created. It's really dope. iconic artists doing their classic material, their classic albums. It's really really amazing. Live band. It's a grown up night for hip hop. They got the suits on. It's real fly, man. Dinner, drinks. Raekwon said I got the new Cotton Club.
I love it.
So, yeah, it's that vibe, real intimate crowd. They telling the stories behind the music.
Wrap it up there. Let
Yeah.
us know again. Icon, how can we tap in? What is this movement about? We hear things like Web3 and stuff. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean it's a really dope platform. Icon Live, you can get it in the Apple App Store. Right now, Icon with two N's live in the Apple App Store. We're coming to Android soon, and we'll also be in the Apple TV Store and Roku and Android TV and Amazon and all that good stuff. Because I'm bringing a lot of original content now to Icon, so you can get that original content on my platform, like my Vibes concert series, which is really dope. I take iconic artists and they do their classic albums. So
Nice.
that look out for that. Yeah, it's really cool. They you know live band. Suited dinner, drinks.
I
Really
love
cool
it.
night.
Who are some of
Out
the artists?
grown up hip hop.
Who are some of the
So I did the first Vibes. I
artists?
did my Pain is Love album. And then I did Raekwon and Ghost.
Okay.
Did the next one. They did Raekwon did Only Built for Cuban Links. They did the Purple Tape, which was dope. Amazing, amazing. And then next up, September 28th, we doing Big Daddy
Oh
Kane, my
wow.
brother Kane, Long Live
Wow.
the Kane album.
Okay.
So we just, we keeping the ball rolling with what we doing. So we having a good time, giving all of these amazing artists that I grew up on, and they were my heroes, man. So I love to be able to put this together with them and give them their flowers. So it's amazing.
And we love to see it. Just wrap it up one more time. Let us know how we can get Icon. I know you said it's on all the app stores. And then also let us know how we can get the Painted House and that Black is Beautiful NFT collection.
Yes, the Painted House Black is Beautiful NFT collection is on OpenSea. You can go get it. It's sold out, so you can get, you can buy some on the secondary market if you want. Go try to find the best ones. And, there's some really, really, really cool pieces in there. Nipsey Russell, Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to Nipsey. There's a Biggie one in there. Pac. Then there's some really cool characters like Squidward and but they're all black with their black
I love
tone.
it.
The characters, Cookie Monster and all of these characters. So it's really really dope.
Yeah, it
Check it
is.
out.
Definitely, Ja. Thank you
Yeah.
again. The man, the legend, the icon himself. Thank you so
Love
much for
y'all.
your time. We love you too.
Yes. Oh, and y'all can get Icon, my app. It's in the App Store, Icon Live, and you can do a lot of things with Icon, man. I made it, for content creators to be able to monetize, so they can monetize their content in a lot of different ways. Charging for their lives if they want. They can do pay-per-view events with their content. They can, get tips while they're live in real time. There's a lot of things you can do on the platform, so it's really really cool. Check it out.
Definitely gonna check it out. We appreciate you.